Hello everybody, it's me TonicTZW and this is my 90th Kraken video and I have christened my second tier 8 destroyer, the Z-46, with the blessing of Poseidon. And this game I am very much going to take on the majority of red team at one point or another. But I think I called the video Push Hard, Push Fast, Engage, and that is pretty much what I'm going to do. I didn't have a lot of luck with this destroyer when I first started out, and I played a couple of games on live stream where I did really badly in it. So I went out solo in standard and played a couple of other games, which worked out a little bit better. They weren't awesome, but they were a significant improvement over the previous games that I'd played. And this one came together pretty nicely, but as you'll see, we do get ourselves into a few scraps along the way, shall I say. And it's going to start nice and quietly as we push forward. There's a Kagero there out on my left. I think there's a Yamato behind us. There's one other ship, and I think the enemy team have got a Sumner, a Kagero. I can't remember what else is out there, but there's 4 DDs per team, and there's some big ships out there, and big ships at legendary tier means big damage. There we go. They've got 2 shimmies out there as well, and we all know that shimmies love to put the wall of skill out. So we get the Z-23 spotted straight away. I'm thinking Z-23, he's built very much like me. He's got the sonar as well. He's straight onto the Kagero. I imagine that the Kagero is probably trying to do Kagero things and turn and get torpedoes on him. He's hit a smoke screen. I can just see off to the left side of the screen there. That is not going to save you when you're within 5 Ks and you're on sonar. You'll notice that I've popped my sonar too, and I'm thinking 2 can play that game, and I'm going to run down into his smoke. But I'm going to find my torpedoes perhaps a little bit too early there, but auto aim just doesn't work for me, and probably cost me a salvo there on this guy, and that salvo probably cost me a few hit points here in this engagement. But we're both obviously thinking the same thing. We hit the brakes. He hasn't used his torpedoes yet as far as I know, because he took the Kagero on his guns, but we switched to AP because he is, you know, German destroyers are a little bit like mini cruisers, and the AP works fine. That's something that I tried to remember over the last few weeks playing DDs, that sometimes AP is actually better than HE. But we've taken care of that Z-23, and now my target indicator, and from what I've seen on the map, tells me that the only ships out here are battleships, and so we're not going to hang around and wait for red team to react for this. We are going to push this flank hard. Now, I forgot to mention that this match was actually on live stream tonight, because I'm going to be taking a break from Legends and live streaming until later on in August, around the 22nd, because I've got some time off work and my little boy is coming to stay with me for 10 days, so I'm going to be doing things with him over those 10 days, and so gaming will very much be taking a backseat. So I decided to jump on tonight and try and thrash out as many missions as I could, as quickly as I could. And although we only had a couple of wins, I think we finished in the bottom half of the team twice out of 6 or 7 games, and in 3 of them we were MVP, with 2 of those being victories. So I certainly went out and earned my credits tonight doing what I could, and in the game where I did finish in the bottom, it's mainly because literally there was no way in hell I was able to do anything with radar cruisers and radar destroyers all around me, and I was playing very cautiously, but unfortunately the enemy team did have a very good destroyer player as well, who ripped apart the other side. So as we push down, we spot that shimmy off on our left flank, and I'm hoping that our two battleships there know that he's there. And if anything, what they want to do is push further round with me, so that that guy is going to have to come in to the rear of them and risk himself getting spotted. But that shimmy is going to slip through and keep on pushing towards our cap. Now the issue with pushing a flank like this is you're chasing ships, and generally they're going to be outside of your torpedo range no matter how close you get, and unless you're running something like the Gearin or the Summers or Sumner or the Adachi or Kagero. So there's a few ships out there which have long range torpedoes. This isn't one of them, but what I do have is a blue Ferrara on here, and I'm not running Mosquito Brutes, so I've got a faster reload, but not the fastest reload that I could have on here. And I've pushed all the way around to this flank, and as I said on the live stream, they've got two options now. They either turn round and come and contest the cap and try to hunt me down, or they carry on sailing away and try to push round to the left side of the minimap while that destroyer pushes through onto the cap, and then it would split the attention of our team two ways. And sure enough, red team do a 180. And we've got a Yamato, I think we've got a Vladivostok, we've got an Iowa, what's that there, Champagne, and you know, there are still 3 destroyers out there on red team as well. So if anybody's going to react to me sitting on their cap, it's going to be the destroyers. And I'm telling our team, you know, defend our cap. I think the DD out there does turn around and start heading back for a defend. The longer I can stay on this cap, the longer or the more points we can generate for our team along with the kills, because we are down on ships at the moment. But we get a torpedo hit on that Champagne, and I hit the brakes because I'm thinking he's coming within sonar range. I can use my guns on this guy. So I pop my smoke, I start backing up into it, and just as I think somebody's going to snipe the kill, I thought, nah, he's mine. You know, I've hit him, and we take kill number 2 of the match. And then we see big fat Yamato out there, and there's a lot of hit points out there, and although I am tier 8, he is legendary, so I can do a lot of damage. We put a spread of torps out there, and slightly wider than just spamming them both in the same spot, in case he decides to put a turn in. And at the same time, we're going to keep spamming him with HE, and I'm also, you'll notice, running my sonar because I'm in smoke and I want to be aware if anything is going to come and put torpedoes my way. As I said, there's still 3 destroyers out there, and I guarantee at least one of them is going to come back and try and defend this cap. But we get some hits, we get some floods on that Yamato, and where I'm sure that those floods would have eventually taken him out, or I could have gotten another fire on him, our Yamato picks him out. And sure enough, here comes a wall of skill, and there's only one place where that is coming from, and that is a Shimikaze. And there he is, and he has run straight into the wreck of the Champagne. I'm looking for my torpedo reload coming through. I put one set towards the shimmy, I take some damage, I put the other set towards the Vladivostok. I start pushing out, just trying to open up some distance, but obviously haven't fired my guns. As I came out of smoke, I am detected, and this Shimikaze does land some pretty decent shots on me and take some hit points off me that I would have loved to have had a little bit later in this game, and you'll see exactly why when we get to that point. At the moment, I'm not looking at the torpedoes heading towards the Vladivostok. I'm not confident that they're going to make contact. He's hit the brakes, he's reversing, he's turning. I'm more interested in the Shimikaze, but we land a couple of torpedoes on him and take the kill. We get the Shimikaze spotted again, and this is going to be an all-out gunfight. I'm not bothering even looking at my torpedoes because they aren't going to reload in time. So we're playing with the throttle. I'm taking fire from, I think, at least 3 different ships here. But I'm staying focused on this Shimakaze. He's got my engine out again. One more salvo. Come on, this should be it. His engine's out. He's gone. I'm starting to turn. I wait till the last second to repair my engine. And as I pull away, lo and behold, here comes the second wall of skill. Now, as you'll see at the start, this is a Kraken video. And where I was certain that I was going to take a very sore torpedo up the bottom then, I managed to avoid it. And that is a little bit of skill and a little bit of luck. Now this Iowa, he's pulled back as well, so literally me sailing onto this cap has pulled pretty much the entire red team back towards us. We still do have another destroyer and a couple of battleships out there who were slowly pushing forward, and where I didn't think that I was going to keep sailing in a straight line, I'm guessing what he's trying to do is to stay as thin as possible to those ships that are chasing him down. We're looking at the torpedoes, see how they're going to do, and we get one on, and then from the next salvo we get another lot on. There's a high caliber, a Kraken and a Confederate on 141,000, and then the destroyer pops up. We've got a Sumner, he's a gunboat, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, can I make it a 6-pack? You know, he is a pretty tough cookie. He's probably got me beat on reload. My team are trying to do what they can. We get him on fire, he fixes it. It's literally a shot in it, and boom, I'm gone. And very sadly, we don't land a fire on him with that last reload. So 150,583 damage, high caliber, Kraken Unleashed, and a Confederate, which I think is it 20 or 30% damage to at least 6 ships of the enemy team. So you've seen it for yourself. It was very, very much an all-in scrap. And a couple of fights for survival, because there were times there where I really didn't think I was going to make it out alive. But the game is still underway. Now it is a destroyer, 2 battleships versus 1 destroyer. And if anything, he probably has the upper hand because he has torpedoes and there's still 2 big ships out there. And this game is not won yet. But is our team going to throw away all the hard work that I've done? But we have a Khabarovsk there, and he played out sort of at the back and the flank for a lot of that game. But he gets shots on, but not before the Massachusetts picks it up with secondaries for a close quarters expert, and that finishes the game. We do progress up past, I think we go up past 50, do we? Yeah, we go up past 50. So we're cracking on through the weekly challenges. There's the score chart, and I don't think it needs saying, but I do finish top of the board for this one, and I think I definitely earned it. But there we go, 3,410 base XP. I think it could have been a 3,500 if we picked up that last destroyer. But I really hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. This was me, Tonic TZW, Kraken number 90, a first for the Z-46. So take care, everybody. Have a great time, and goodbye.